Hi everyone, welcome to Edu-Astro. Today we're covering the topic of Drishti. They are called the gaze or the aspects of the planets. Now these are very important factors to be looked at in a horoscope because whatever be the position, an aspect will change a lot of things when it comes to the results. Understanding the aspects is very important for interpreting the interactions between the planets, how they influence the different areas of life. All the planets have aspects, drishtis, the gaze. Now, all the planets have a gaze just opposite to them. Wherever they are sitting, the opposite house, they will be looking at that opposite house. That is called the seventh aspect. That means Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Venus have seventh aspect. Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu also have seventh aspect. However, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu have special aspects apart from the seventh. Mars has the fourth and the eighth aspect. That means wherever Mars is sitting, it will also look at the fourth house. From that place, wherever Mars is sitting, it will look at the eighth house from that place. Jupiter has fifth and ninth aspect. So Jupiter, Rahu, and Ketu, they have fifth and ninth aspect. Wherever they are sitting, they will look at the fifth house from that place and the ninth house from that place too. Saturn has the third and 10th aspect. That means wherever Saturn is sitting, Saturn will look at the third house from it and the 10th house from it. Say, for example, Mars is placed in the first house of the horoscope. Now, Mars will cast its fourth aspects, seventh aspect, and eighth aspect from where it sits. That means Mars, sitting from the first house, will influence the affairs of the fourth house, that is your home and family. Seventh house, that's your partnerships and marriage relationships. And the eighth house, which is about transformation and shared resources. So when Mars influences the fourth house of home and family, the native or you will be very protective about the family and home environment. Seventh house, when Mars aspects the seventh house of partnerships and marriage and spouse, you might be very dominating, and the partner and relationships would might see some effect or a very profound influence from your end, right? Which might give rise to conflicts if Mars is afflicted. When Mars is looking at the eighth house from the first house of transformation and shared resources, you will see that you might face a lot of challenges in life regarding to the eighth house matters. However, you are going to overcome the challenges and emerge stronger over there. Because every planet brings its own energy and influence to the houses it aspects. So, for example, when Mars is aspecting any house, the base energy of Mars will be to be energetic, to do something, to drive something, and sometimes conflict and aggression, depending upon the situation of Mars. A Jupiter will bring growth, wisdom, and expansion. Saturn will bring discipline, restriction, and a focus of hard work and responsibility. Like this, if you take each and every planet's main characteristics, you will see those characteristics getting enforced in those particular areas where the aspects are there. So, for example, if Saturn is sitting in the fourth house, okay, of your horoscope, and it is aspecting the 10th house straight, that is just the opposite one, seventh house from it. So that will be the 10th house. Now, fourth house is about the family responsibilities, family, home, your peace, all that stuff. And the 10th house is about the career and the public life. Okay. So here you will see that the person's public life and career will have a lot of impact due to the family responsibilities of the person. And he or she must put in a lot of effort at home and work to balance things, be patient, and have a plan in place to execute the work. The person will face restrictions, obstacles, and difficulties. However, if the person is patient and does not escape his or her duty and completes the job, you will be rewarded very well. So basically, Saturn over here will bring in practicality, responsibility. And when you follow that path, you will yield long-term good results. That is how Saturn's seventh aspect will work from fourth house to 10th house. Obviously, there are other factors, but this is the base effect. After that, you can keep on putting different layers, you will get your answer. Now, say for example, Jupiter. It is placed in the fifth house and aspects the planet Moon in the ninth house. Why? Because Jupiter has fifth aspect. So, from the fifth house, if you count fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, fifth aspect goes to the ninth house. Now, the moon is placed in the ninth house. What it can indicate is a beneficial influence because Jupiter and moon, they are friends. And at the same time, since they are friends and the fifth and the ninth house are Trikona houses, very important houses in the chart, very beneficial houses in the chart, right? So it can indicate that person's emotional well-being is enhanced and their connection to the higher learning and spirituality is enhanced and expanded due to Jupiter's influence. The person will also be very interested in practical learning, which will increase his or her wisdom and emotional intelligence. Now, here is the secret. These particular aspects, though they will be implementing themselves, the impacts will be there throughout life. There are certain ages, certain areas where they are very profound than the other areas of life. So like this fifth aspect of Jupiter is very, very prominent in the 32nd year of the native. So when your running age is 32, and if you have, wherever you have Jupiter, check the fifth aspect from that particular house, events will be very prominent and the impact of Jupiter will be very prominent as we have just discussed in that particular year. If there are malefic aspects over there and Jupiter is not powerful enough and there are malefic associations, then the effect would also be like that. If everything is fine and there are no malefic associations, there are benefic associations, then the effect will also be good, right? Now, on the other hand, if there are planets aspecting each other who are enemies, right? These are like challenging aspects. Areas indicate the areas of life where difficulties may arise. For example, Mars is aspecting Saturn. Mars and Saturn are enemies. Their energies don't go together very well because Mars is too fast, has to get the job done. Saturn is too slow, will think about it and then get everything done. They don't talk to each other too much. So when their energies are impacting each other, there has to be a friction. So it creates tension between the drive for action and the need for discipline. So leading to potential conflicts and obstacles that may need to be addressed, right? So like this, when you take each planet, look at the aspects, it might be aspecting a house, it might be aspecting a planet. The house might be empty, the house might have a planet, does not matter. The impact of the aspect will be there on the significations of the house and the Rashi over there and the planet over there. So if you take them one by one, you will be able to understand what exactly is happening and a lot of deeper insights come in. In another video, I have explained the meaning of each aspects. The link to that video will be there in the description box. Otherwise, you can just search the aspects video in our playlists. You will get it. You will get a much wider view of what exactly all the aspects mean, and bring to the table. So with this, thank you very much for listening in. We'll see you next time with another extremely interesting and important topic. Till then, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Take care and bye-bye.